Oh, oh my. Oh. Good girl. Good girl. And comb. Comb. Ring. And comb. Comb. Good job. Good girl. And comb. Yeah. And comb. And comb. Good job. Good girl. Good girl. And comb. 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 And comb. Oh. And dot. And dot. And comb. Turkey. Hey there.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How's she doing?
Good. Just